format of watching things. I'll be honest, it's not the sports card doctors, but we decided to go a little more active over there, and a lot of new people are discovering what we do there. We'd love to also have people over here discover us, okay? But thank you all for the support. It's been a fun ride, and will continue to be. Alright, we've got to clean the workspace. Alright, there we go. We are clean and ready to do work before the eyes of the Lord. Okay, today we are going to be doing one of our versus series. I've been having a lot of fun doing these, and we've been, seeing some interesting results. Me betting against the spread, that kind of thing. But today, in celebration of the National Football League's Hall of Fame game and training camp turning into training games and pretty soon kickoff. We're getting in the football mood around here. So we've got 1990 Fleer Premier Edition football, and we are going to take on, or Fleer is going to take on 1990 Pro Set, which is of course the official NFL card. We got 14 photo and stat cards, one NFL collectible, one NFL Pro Set playbook, and you could win. Fleer just says look for randomly packed Fleer All Pro cards, and it's got 15 cards, and it used to be 75 cents. So there we go. Okay. First, let's get into the price guide. Oh, also today, just in case we need some other stuff. In case we need to magnify. And sometimes we like to make sure the cards are standard. Could happen today. Sorry, I got stuck in a time loop. Alright, here is the packet we're going to be using today. We have used this one in the past for a regular price guide video, but I love bringing back some of these for the Versus series. This is from March 1991, so the reason I like that is this full season, the 1990 season, is behind us for these prices. So now we kind of know maybe who some of the players are, you know what I mean? Got Thurman Thomas on the front. Let's just flip through here for those who enjoy page flipping. Jeff George, Johnny Johnson, Cortez Kennedy, Keith McCants, Rob Moore, Junior Seau, Percy Snow, Blair Thomas, Anthony Thompson, Andre Ware, and Richmond Webb of my Dolphins, and Calvin Woods. Those were your 1990 stars. Alright, also here's some of the hots and the nots. Hot: Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, Bo Jackson, Jerry Rice, Dan Marino, Jeff George, Andre Rison, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, the late great Derek Thomas, Warren Moon, Thurman Thomas, Andre Ware, Randall Cunningham, known as R. Cunningham, Louis Humphrey, Roddy Hampton, Neil Anderson, Marion Butts, Walter Payton, Blair Thomas. Now on the cold side, we had Brian Bosworth, John Elway, Jim McMahon, William the Refrigerator Perry, which makes sense, Deion Sanders, Prime Time, Andre Ware, Iggy Woods, poor Jeff George, Tony Mandridge, and all of the Patriots. But that would change soon enough. Singletary there. I love those 85 Topps cards. There's Eric Bieniemy as a player, as a prospect from Colorado. Who had this? Did anyone have this? Michael Jordan's Playground TV, VHS, not even a DVD, VHS. Share in the comments below. Kids, they used to play football with just metal and 2 bars on your head. And that's why we have a bunch of problems in the world. Okay. And the great Emmitt Smith on the back there for all you. How about them Cowboys fans? Alright. So, let's do this. Let's open up our packs. We have got today Flair versus Pro Set. It's a battle of 1990s junk wax era football cards. Let's do this. Now I'll say this. I think the early odds favor Flair. They're just, maybe because of the name brand at this point, might have a little more value, but Pro Set was very hot at this time. Pro Set was kind of new on the block, right? They were the official card, so you felt important buying them as a kid. You were like, no, I'm supporting the NFL, which stands for not for long if you don't support Pro Set, right? Like, okay, so I think on that, I think I'm going to open up the Flair. All that said, I'm going to open up the Flair because I think there might be, quite frankly, more fun to be had in this pack. As always, we're looking for about 5 or 6 cards here to find our top value. Here we go. Tim McGee, Freeman McNeil, Cedric Mack, Chris Moore, John L. Williams. Oh, we've got ourselves an All-Pro, and it's Morton Anderson, kicker. Oh, well, would you look at that? We got ourselves a 1990 Flair Barry Sanders. Brad Mustard, Jim Dombrowski, the Magic Man Don Makowski, Mike Ken, Seth Joyner, Chris Tolman, my man Mark Duper. Speaking of 2 bars, and Bob Golick. Alright, let's find some cards of value. much as I'd love to price Mark Dupert, I don't think he's going to be of great value here. Chris Tolman might. Seth Joyner might. Mike Ken, no. Don Mikowski, absolutely will. Dombrowski, no. Brad Muster, no. And here's our primetime player. And then a Fleer All-Pro right there. John L. Williams could have some value. He was a valuable player for the Seahawks for a while, but not a star. Okay. Tim McGee is possible too. I shouldn't, we shouldn't overlook Tim McGee. So, what do we got here? 6. Okay. I am actually going to cut Seth Joyner from this list, and I'm going to go with these 5 here. Okay. We got ourselves a Tim McGee. We got this All-Star. We got Barry Sanders, Don Mikowski, Chris Tolman. Okay, there you go. I think that's our starting 5, so to speak, in the battle of packs today. Tolman, McGee, Morton Anderson, Don Mikowski, and Barry Sanders. We have a few of those 1990 Fleer Sanders cards, but they're always fun to get. All right, let's get into the next pack here. 1990 Pro Set. One of the weirdest ways I've ever opened up a pack. Just doesn't want to go. So it's like it's stuck. There we go. Okay. Just damaging all those corners. Weird pack right there. Okay. Toss it aside. Here we go. We got ourselves a win. 2 ways to win playbook there. We'll see if that wins later. Okay. We've got ourselves Sam Mills. Do have a Super Bowl card here. Pontiac Silver Dome. That's it's not a bad one there. Okay. Super Bowl 16. It's possible. Jerry Bowl. Not the right line for this. Steve Berline. None of the Raiders. We got ourselves a Pro Bowl. It's just the Pro Bowl Stadium card. That's good. Harris Barton. Vincent Brown. Eugene Robinson, Sterling Sharp, okay, Sean Collins, Jerome Brown, that's a good card, John Offerdahl, my Dolphin guy right there, ooh, Joe Montana. Now this is not his regular card, it's just a passing leader card, but it still might have some value. Dennis Smith and Ernie Jones. Okay, well, I'll say this. Fleer's looking like it's coming out in the lead, and I'm not, no funny business today, okay? We've learned our lesson. We're just going to see what we can do here. I just don't think this pack's going to have the juice, but who knows? We'll set aside some Pro Bowlers. This is interesting now, but not so much then. Jerome Brown was a primetime defensive player. Let's see what we get out of that. Sean Collins is a rookie here. There's a chance. This might be a considered a rookie card here, so let's see. And then Sterling Sharp, my favorite of the Sharp brothers. Eugene Robinson's possible. Vincent Brown, Harris Barton, Stadium. Berline might have some value, but I don't think so. Jerry Ball. Sam Mills is a great player. I just don't think defensive players get the love unless they're top-notch. You're hoping for maybe a cent or 2 above common, but let's see here. How many cards do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards. Okay, so we got to make some cuts here. I think it's basically 8 versus Barry Sanders again, but I'll tell you this much. I think the Sterling Sharps are kind of our anchor there. I think you got the Montana, keeping that there. I'm going to take a shot with the Sean Collins rookie. I'm going to say Jerome Brown. And then I'm going to go with the Pro Bowls. And then I'm going to cut Sam Mills and Eugene Robinson, two great defenders. I'm going to cut them here and see if that hurts me later on, okay? It very well could. This could be a bad choice here. But this is where we're going. So, let's get the price guide back in. Set 1, by the way, Pro Set 1. Nothing on this to indicate it was Pro Set 2. But the numbers will tell us. Okay, here we go. I think that's the straightest line that we've had yet. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to get right into this and look at our cards here. Let us go into the Pro Set first. Oh, as always, I should, we do have our handy-dandy calculator to help with my mathless brain. Here we go. All right. John Offerdahl, Pro Bowl. This is card number 362. 362 in the set. By the way, commons, Pro Bowl commons are 8 cents. Pro Bowl commons are 8 cents. And we're going to need to know that because at 362, John Offerdahl is not listed. He is not listed. So John Offerdahl, common. That's an 8 cents common. Dennis Smith, 372. Respected player, but not in the prices. That is a common. But we're at 16 cents. Look at us. Look at us. All right, Jerome Brown. Card number 244. And he is a common. He is a common, okay. Not surprised. He was a dominant lineman at one point. 21 cents. Alright, Sean Collins, we're just taking a chance on him. He's a rookie. I've overlooked some of these rookie cards in these battles from the past there just because the names we know didn't pan out. But Atlanta Falcon, 32 here in the set. Where do we go? Nope, he is in fact a common. Alright, Joe Montana. Passing leader, so it's a Montana, but it's not the Montana, number 8 in the set. League leaders, Joe Montana, and look at that. We got a nice 75 cents. That's a great pull. $1.01. We got that Joe Montana there. Now, we got Sterling Sharp here. He was coming off his second year, but his first, big, full year. He is catching those balls from Don Mikowski. He's a superstar at this point. 114 in the set. Oh, okay. We got an air card here. We've got an air card, and I've got to look up the air. Oh, I kind of hate when this happens. 50 cents is probably, this is the air corrected. Chicago, what is the air? So the corrected is worth more. The corrected is potato, sharp. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm stuck on this one here. I don't think it's fair to say it's the $4 corrected version. I wish it listed the air, and I don't have that right. Some of you are in the comments like screaming, "When the air is this." It said that he eats French fries and he eats tater tots. I don't know. Sterling Sharp air corrected. It just says shy like Chicago. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything that shows College, South Carolina, Glenville, Georgia. Name started. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play it conservative here. Okay, I'll figure this out later. But we're gonna say that's the 50-cent card right there. A dilemma. All right, 151. 151. I feel somewhat conflicted of that because I'm not picking out the air, and that could be a $4 card. But then that's almost not fair to Flair. It's not fair to Flair, and it's not fair to Flair. All right, so there we go. Some of the other ones. I just want to check some of the other ones since we're here. Mills 217. Sam Mills is not listed there, and Eugene Robinson 305 is not listed there, but that is what's interesting. Okay, cool. We're good there, so we're good on that. We're good on that, and we've got $1.51 as our price. 151, which was one of my favorite kind of rums until they took it off the market for killing people, which I was almost one of them. New Year's Day, 2017. Drink responsibly, kids. Drink responsibly. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to clear this. And we are going to go to our 1990 Flair. And honestly, it really comes down to Barry Sanders. So let's dive on in here to Chris Dolman. Chris Dolman, dominant defender with Minnesota. Number 97 in the set. The commons are 5 cents. Oddly enough, goddamn checklists are 7 cents. Okay. Number 97. He is listed. I'm telling you, I knew it. 10 cents for Chris Dolman. We're on the board. You can put it on the board. Yes. Okay. Tim McGee. 219. 219. We're going to have to flip that page here. Tim McGee. No. Common. 15 cents. 15 cents. Back here. We got the Flair All-Pro Morton Anderson. It's a good-looking card. I'll tell you that much. But does it have value? He was one of the best kickers there. Number 23 of 25. Let's see. Flair. Does it have it listed? It doesn't. Oh, I freaking hate this. I hate this so much. Just give me, just list it. Just list it. There is the updates. No, that's not there. The rookie card now. Just help a sports card channel out by just listing these things. Old Beckett's that can't hear me. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna say this is a 10-cent common card. Okay, I don't think he'd have any great value. The subset is not listed here. I don't have the time to go look at air cards and subsets that aren't listed, so I'm going to say Morton Anderson, 10 cents. If you hear some frustration in my voice, it's because I'm trying to do this as accurate as possible. This is a completely made-up thing for a fun, silly channel, but it kind of drives me crazy when I can't actually tell you what's going on. But I thank you all for your emotional support of me during this struggle. All right, let's go to Don Mikowski, number 175. I think people forget how big of a player he was during this time, and he is of course listed, and he's listed at 40 cents. We are at, nope, that's not right. There we go. 65 cents. 65 cents right here. All right, it all comes down to this here. We are going with the 151 price of Fleer. We are going with the 10 cents on that. We're going with the 50 cents on the Sterling Sharp. So let's see what we got with this 1990 Barry Sanders card here. We love Barry around here, one of my favorite players of all time. And this is card number 284 in the set. 284 in the set here. And we are going to a $2 card. That is a $2 card, everybody. Barry Sanders gets the win here. He could have done it all on his own. There's our winner today. 1990 Flair, 265 to the 151. Though, again, it could be disputed. It could be contested. If that Sterling Sharp card is a corrected air card, then this would have been valued at $4. So there you go. At least, I mean, there's a Kevin Butler error. There's 2 errors and 2 correcteds. I'm glad that didn't happen. So there you go. Sterling Sharp versus Barry Sanders, essentially. But Barry Sanders is our winner here today. Essentially, it's all about Barry, and that is a good thing. And as always, when we open up cards of value, whether they're money value, emotional value, we like to set them aside in a nice penny sleeve. So let's do that right now as we begin to sign out. As always, I'd love to have you all subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about us. If you want to leave like a super thanks or something nice like that, we love that. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok. And there you go. So for Don Mikowski, the Sterling Sharp air card, and Barry Sanders, we will see you next time here on Sports.